Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Anyone who is familiar with my channel knows that I was diagnosed with PDD-NOS when I was young. It's also known as atypical autism. So today I thought about this interesting analogy that I would like to share with you. It's between trees and autism. On the surface, it sounds strange, but let me explain. Take a perfectly healthy tree full of leaves and life. Besides sun and water, the main thing that keeps it alive is its flexibility. Imagine a windy day. What does a tree do? Well, it will sway back and forth, which prevents the tree from snapping in half under windy conditions. The flexibility of the tree represents a non-autistic person, equipped with the tools to adapt to change. The flexibility also represents open-mindedness. On the contrast, a tree that loses its flexibility will stress and snap under windy conditions. The lack of flexibility and difficulty to adapt to change represents an autistic person. To elaborate a little further, individuals like me who have autism struggle with life changes. This is because their brain prefers predictability and routine. The wind I was alluding to earlier represents change. Depending on the day, wind direction can change. To sum this up, autistic individuals struggle with change. So I want to talk about a change that can be quite challenging for an autistic person. So let's talk about entering the workforce. This can be quite challenging for an autistic person. The reason being is there's a lot of moving parts and it's quite a fluid situation. There's a lot of unpredictability. You're talking about, say you're applying for a job on Indeed. You may have hundreds of people applying for that same job. And so even if you get the interview, now you have to navigate the interview process. You have to impress the person interviewing you, and you have to come across in such a way that they think that you would be a good person for the position. And even if you get the job, now there's a variety of factors that you need to be able to succeed in, like learning the new job, which can be quite difficult for an autistic person. And then not only do you have to learn the job, you have to meet all new people and you have to learn all their personalities so that you can manage multiple relationships. And so, it also may be a different shift than you were previously working. Say you were working first shift, now you got to work second shift. So that's another change in your schedule. And so, all these variety of factors and all these challenges, they can be quite overwhelming for somebody that has autism. Along with entering the workforce, unforeseen events can be difficult for somebody with autism. Say you're visiting a family member that lives, I don't know, an hour and a half away. And about halfway through your trip, you're traveling down the highway and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the traffic is backed up. That unexpected event, which may be small and mild for the average person, may be overwhelming for an autistic person because it was completely unexpected and they have great difficulty adjusting to change. Another example of an unforeseen event could be, you're driving somewhere and everything's going well. You're in a good space mentally. You're listening to some music. You're enjoying the ride. The sun's out. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful summer day. You're on your way to the beach, and you have your whole day planned out, and you're really looking forward to the day unfolding. When unexpectedly your car breaks down because, a vehicle, we don't really put much thought into all the inner workings of a vehicle that make it function day in and day out. But when something goes wrong with the engine and you break down and you're stuck on the side of the road, even for a regular person or somebody that doesn't have autism, that can be a stressful event. But for somebody that has autism that experiences an event like I just described, it can be completely overwhelming. I'm not even sure what the point of this video was. I think I was aiming at, well, my goal was to articulate some of the great challenges that autistic people live with day in and day out. And I think for people that are non autistic, people that don't have autism, it may be hard for them to wrap their minds around what exactly it is that we struggle with. And so, with this video, I just want to bring some awareness for people to understand that, what may be difficult for you is like 10 times more difficult for someone that has autism. And so, I also wanted to share that analogy with you as far as the trees and autism. And I hope that made sense for you. It was like one of those ideas that just entered my head, and I wanted to put it on video before I forgot about it. And so, if you found value in this video, if you have autism yourself, or if you have a child that's autistic, if you found value in this video and you can relate to it, I strongly encourage you to comment down below and share your story. I would love to hear it. And, I have a relatively small YouTube channel, so if you could subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Until my next video, I will see you all later.